Hello, beautiful people. Top of the morning. Well, kind of top of the morning. I've been up for a little bit. I'm having my morning tea, and I got a voice note, and this voice note is what is inspiring this reading today, and why I want to pull cards. So I'm gonna give you the backstory as quick as I can, and then I'm gonna play you the voice note, and I'll explain it because some of you won't understand what he's saying. It was sent by Bingy, my uncle out in Jamaica, and he gave me a little bit of an update, which I found was very interesting. It felt so spiritual, I almost cried. Okay, so rewind now about a month ago when I was in Jamaica for the month that I was there. And Bingy, Bugga stays up in the hills. So yeah, he goes to Sav, which is where my family and stuff comes from, and where he grew up and shit like that. But most of the time now, as an elder man, he's up in the hills and he's taking care of an older couple. And I mean like older. One of the husband's 90, pops is 90, and mummy's like 85 or something like that. And they're out in the hills, and when you're out in the hills, it's like you literally drive up the mountain for about like an hour, and for about an hour, and the air quality up there is beautiful. The water, it's just, I love the hills. I feel like the vibration is so high up there. And so whatever, he brought me up there like he usually does, to go check mommy and pops. And I because they are like, what makes you leave us for so long? Because he don't leave them. If I'm not there, he usually don't leave them, at least not for very long. He'll go into Sav town for a bit, but he'll be back taking care of them. And they're strong though, but they need him. And when he's not around, other people in the community will come in, their family, her kids will come and help and stuff, but her kids are usually not there. The both of them, it's just Bugga. So whatever, he brings me up there and I'm chilling, I'm smoking a spliff, and I don't know why, but I felt like the birds had to come out of the coop. And I had no idea how long they had been in there. I assumed, because of how I felt, that they had been in there for a really long time. And I was just like, they need to come out. And I could feel the birds. They were standing at the door. Like, they're smart. So and these chickens are, they're called Sensi chickens. They're like, people call them common fowl. Like, some people only eat this kind of chicken in Jamaica. They don't eat like regular chicken, even though it's common, regular. You'd think it was. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into the chicken thing, but they're really high grade spiritual chickens. She sells them for a lot of money. It's how she makes an earning, her and the husband. So whatever, Bugga helps them, and I go to Bugga. I'm like, yo, Bugga, let out the chickens. And he's like, oh man, it'll take a lot to get them back in. And I'm like, he's like, it's almost like he was making excuses as to why we couldn't do it. And I was really getting irritated. I'm like, they have to come out now. So whatever, he doesn't let them out. He goes inside. He just leaves me out there. And then I just started praying. I went to the coop and I started praying. I felt like I was going to cry. I've been there before. I've seen the chickens. I've seen the chickens out running around. Like, so I don't know why I felt this way in particular. So at one point, I stand in front of the coop. I put one hand on my chest and I put the other hand in front of the coop, and I close my eyes and I start praying. And I guess mommy sees me doing that, and she goes to Bugga. She's like, what is she doing? And Bugga's like, she wants to let the chickens out. And she's like, I let them out. They were just out yesterday, or they were just out a couple of days ago. But if she wants to let them out, make her do it. So Bugga comes to me. He's like, you can let them out. So I get all excited. I let the chickens out. And the divine goes, go and clean it. I'm like, clean it how? And I get Bugga to go get me water. We had I put a bunch of water, spring water, in the fridge to cool. I went and got our spring water and I used that. I didn't even ask them for water. I just did it all on myself. And I cleaned the coop like properly. And then the divine's like, burn incense in there. I'm like, in the coop for real? They're like, yeah, burn them. So I burn the fucking incense. As the incense are burning in the coop, one of the fucking foal go back inside the coop. I go to Bugga. I said, yo, Bugga, that bird is not normal. Birds don't they stay away from smoke and things like that. Most animals do. But this bird went inside the coop. And was just very close to the frankincense. I said, yo, that bird's not normal. This is a sacred bird. And whatever. So whatever, I leave now. Okay? And they're laughing at me. The mummy loves me. Mummy's like, oh, I like her. And I'm like, okay. And then Bugga's like, you're not easy, eh? I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, just, if I feel like if they didn't let me do it, I don't know how I would have felt about going there. Anyway, fast forward now to today. And Bingy sends me this voice note. Okay?
Yeah, man, big up to you all, Crystal Destiny.
Listen.
Since you come here, you know, and let go, grandma and fold them.
Mommy.
She start let them go every day and put them in the night. If you see amount of egg to fold them and lay, girl. Massive amount of egg. Right now she have about 100 egg. Bless up. Up. Angel gang. For life.
Mom, you already know.
Oh my gosh, Bingy, that warm.
Okay, so this is what inspired me to do this reading in particular, because I feel like that was an initiation. I didn't know what was happening. It wasn't until he sent me that note that I realized that that was spiritual. That was divinely guided, and that was in order to bring in abundance. I can feel it. Oh my gosh. Who would have known? It wasn't like the divine was like, yo, if you want these birds to bring a lot of eggs. That's what I try to tell you about money. It's not about money. Imagine eggs. The eggs were the money. And they wanted more eggs. That wasn't the driving force that actually brought about new eggs. The driving force was those birds. The connection to them, taking care of them. You pour into them, they pour into you. These are the laws of the universe. That's the only reason why they got all those eggs. Because she lets them out every day now. Yeah. Whew. Glory be to the Most High. Creator God, Prime Source, Ancestors, Guardian Angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective all the messages that are in our greatest good, surrounding our material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to us, our personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Creator God, Prime Source, Ancestors, Guardian Angels, for everything you do for me and the collective on a regular. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High, forever and ever. Amen. The egg. The egg. With the sun. I told you guys a couple weeks ago, reaping season's now. What's the opposite sign of Libra? I can hear you guys, but I can't hear you guys. What's the opposite sign to Libra? Aries.
Aries. According to Allure, while Libra's opposite sign, Aries, represents me, Libra symbolizes we. Relationships are paramount for Libras, who find balance in companionship.
With the wheel of fucking fortune. This is Dharma. This is good karma. It's the eggs. It's the eggs. I haven't really processed this in my mind to be able to communicate this clearly, but that's not what we do here. We work through this together. So collective, feel free to share what was triggered when you heard that story, how it resonated with you, and what God could be trying to tell you. God told me to do something and I did it. And I didn't ask too many questions. I trusted. my intuition was sending my body signals, which gave me feelings, which is why I told you feelings are so important. My intuition was giving me these feelings of like discomfort and sadness. And I felt like the birds were loved ones in prison. That's what it felt like. I felt distraught, but I'm trying to play it fucking cool. So when I'm going to Bingy telling him let out the birds, and he's like, I started to get very anxious.
Hello?
Hello.
What's up, Destiny?
What's going on? How are you?
Not much. What did they just say that thing again? So I could put it in for it.
Put what in for it?
When you say it was coming back.
Oh, I'm coming back in 2 weeks. But you have to talk to
Okay.
Sensi. Lots of things have changed. You have to talk to Sensi, and I'm just doing a video right now, but I have to talk to you and Mark. I didn't get a chance to talk to you guys. Because you know there was damage on the blue car, eh? They took a grand...
Your Instagram page, so he could call. When I'm leaving home to go to work, that's the time he's coming in.
Oh, I see. It's hard to get you guys at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh.
I work in the night.
Yeah.
So if he come by while I'm here, I will let him talk to you.
Okay, but otherwise I'm going to be there in 2 weeks. So I'll roll up on
Okay,
you
no
guys
problem.
same way.
Yeah, man. All right.
All right. Little more.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, man.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know how long that was. I'm going to try to edit it. But I don't want to lose this reading because of what we're talking about. The eggs. This is your 100 eggs. I don't know what you did, collective. Okay, use the story. Use that as a metaphorical example. Yes, you might not have cleaned the coop, and yes, you might not have fought to release the birds, and yes, you might not have, burned frankincense and prayed. Or maybe you did all those things in a different capacity that didn't have anything to do with birds and a coop. Maybe you did fight and rise for something. Maybe you did, trust your instincts and do what God told you to do. All I'm saying is the return on that investment, you couldn't fathom it because that wasn't the intention. You didn't set out. I didn't think, oh, if we do this, they'll get like 100 eggs, That wasn't the thought. But that's what came of it. And the lady was spiritual enough, because she's an elder, she was spiritual enough to understand. Even if I didn't understand, you see how I was drawn to do it? But she overstood what it was. That's why she let them out every single day after. Because she knows her chickens. There was something the way they responded to it. There's something that she could identify that I couldn't. I want to ask mommy why she, after that, let them out after. She saw something. She felt something different in the birds. Which is why she continued to do it. She felt the energy. But I had no clue abundance would come from it. And that's what I feel like you guys resonate. Some of you guys resonate with mommy. You've maybe tapped in and you're like, oh, this will almost like I have my crone energy knows my offerings, what they do. That I have an awareness. I have no expectation, but I know that they impact the ecosystem. She had that awareness about what I was doing, even if I didn't. So don't tell me this is the 10 of Pentacles, and it's the 10 of fucking Pentacles, and this is the Queen of Wands. That's the mother of spirit. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know. I'm so overwhelmed. It's the eggs. It's the 100 eggs. It's the energy of overwhelming. Like, my girl, you ever see this many? These are all the eggs. There's 10 eggs. They represent the 100. The Wheel of Fortune, what you put out is coming back to you tenfold, 10 of Pentacles, and here's the Sun. But this is what you put out. This is what you put out. Mother, Father, Spirit, this is what you put out, and this is what God is giving you back in return. This is what you handed to God. This isn't coming to you. This is what you put in God's hand. When you did that offering, when you fought for justice, when you loved that, when you invested in that, this is how you selflessly gave, how you listened to God, how the divine was able to work through you. But the return on that, oh my God. The return on your investments, the seeds that you planted, even if this is like from like a financial perspective, the return on your investment, your sweat equity turning into financial equity, that $100 turning into 10,000. And this isn't off of gambling. This isn't off of gambling. Because the Wheel of Fortune with Pentacles can represent gambling. It's a lower vibrational aspect of faith. It's the demonic. It's like the polarity of faith. It's gambling. It's risk. It's gambling. It's like, that's why I try to tell you, it's like I don't make risks. I only take leaps of faith. Because if my faith isn't involved, you don't have it's like jumping without a parachute. Your faith is what gives you a soft landing. What makes risks safe is faith. But then if there's faith, then it's not really a risk, it's a leap. That's how I look at that. I don't take no risks. I don't believe without risk there's no reward. I believe without leaps of faith there's no reward, there's no evolution, there's no growth. I think risk is for the foolish. Just like I don't believe in luck, I believe in blessings. Anyway, I don't know why I felt like I had to get into semantics, but and then look what God is putting in your lap. This is such a gift. It's just for you because it fits right there in your lap. Some of you, this is conceiving. You're going to conceive a child. You see how it's growing, the seed growing in her stomach area. But if it's not, these are pentacles. This could be money. This could be support. This could be commitment. This is God's. I heard God is going to show you. God has already shown. This is God's commitment to you, mirrored back. Because you want it, you align to it. There's something to commit to. Because you're committed and you're stable and you stand for something. And this is God committing to what you've chosen. I don't know if this is making sense, but it's like alignment with your promised land. Because I mean, God created us, and yes, we could have a destiny, and yes, we could have a destined and fated path, but if we don't choose it, what's the point? Sorry, I didn't say that right. If we don't necessarily choose it, which we know. Right? But when you do, the alignment, when you're living out exactly what God created you to do, when you are exactly who God created you to be, the alignment that comes from that, the happiness, the peace, the abundance. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, the Wheel of Fortune. This is very overwhelming. You've waited for this confidently, patiently. You prepared for this. You're ready for this. This is an extreme amount of abundance. I don't know how else to put that. It's the eggs. Extreme amount of abundance. It's the Chariot. Now I feel like I'm overwhelmed. Some of you are going to feel this way. Whatever comes into you, you're going to feel really overwhelmed. The Wheel of Fortune turns, and the weight of Dharma is so heavy, but you're strong, and you wobble, but you don't fall. The Chariot, the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. This is your love of self being mirrored back to you. This is everything you invested into self being mirrored externally to you. I'm almost lost for words. Page of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Ten of Wands, and the Magician. Yep. And the Lovers. You chose greatness and it's coming. You chose greatness and it's here. You chose love and it's here. It's here. What you want is here. It's here. Victory, Six of Wands, it's here. You made it. I don't even know how to put this shit into words. My mind has to expand to accept all this. Some of you guys, though, are experiencing this. Like, beyond your wildest dreams, fam. I think I'm gonna wrap. And justice? Oh my God. That's interesting. So I've got the Two of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands speak about your ships coming in, right? Speaks about your ships coming in. Here's the ship, but it's in the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles speaks about making a decision. This is coming towards you. The question is, God is asking you, is this for you? God told you what's on this boat. God's asking you, is this for you? Do you see what I mean about the whole chosen thing? Instead of you asking God, is this for me? God brought this to you. God showed you this. You learned to love yourself. So now you have a choice. The choice is everything that God told you is ahead of you, do you believe it's really for you? Remember, you're in alignment to your path, you know. So you can see down the barrel of it. Your future self can tell you what's here. But you still actively have to manifest and choose this, or else there's another path for you right away. That's what this Two of Pentacles means. If you don't, even while you're on this paradigm, the X paradigm never goes away. Because the minute you don't believe in it, the X paradigm will manifest, and then there's a way to go away from this true north. There's always going to be No different than when you were on the karmic cycle. There was always the Y paradigm being like, you can go this way, you can take this exit, you can. It's the same when you're on your Y paradigm. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Hold on. I've been waiting for this moment. That's all I remember for all my life. What the fuck? Even the channeled songs? Hold on, I have to look that up on YouTube. I don't know who or what. All I know is that's an old ass song. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Phil Collins, In the Air, is that it?
ਭਾਰਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਥਾਵਾਂ ਜਿਸ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਭੇਜਣ ਲਈ ਰੈਮਿਟਲੀ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਕਰੋ ਰੈਮਿਟਲੀ ਐਪ ਨੂੰ ਡਾਊਨਲੋਡ ਕਰੋ
It is. Woo! I'm waiting for this moment for all my life. All right. So that's the message. You've been waiting for this moment. I know the drama. And it's funny because my energy has been very like dun, 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 like very animated and dramatic. But it's because of the energies. I mean, I can be like that. I'm very like fire. And I'm heavy water. But that's what the fuck this is. This is something you envisioned since a child. This is something it's like when Rihanna, when they interviewed I watched an interview with Rihanna once and they were like, did you ever know you were going to be famous or a big star? And she's like, I've known since I was a little child. So for some of you, that could be hard to fathom because since you were a child, you always wanted to go up to space. Or you always wanted to fly a plane, or you wanted to, I don't even fucking know. For some of you, it's deeper. You've been waiting for this for all your life. This could be justice. This could be some retributions. This could be love. This could be abundance. Like you can remember being a kid, fantasizing about a different lifestyle, limitless opportunities, and not being held back by struggle and poverty, and like you really envision this, and it's here. Some of you guys, you've already manifested it. It's just, there's something that's occurring that's getting you to look at your life and being like, I really made it. I made it out of that and into where I envisioned. Even if you didn't make it where you see yourself long or to all the dreams and aspirations, but if you look back, you did make it out of something. You were waiting for this moment to be here, to live this out, to experience this, to have this for your whole life. And maybe if you guys weren't consciously aware you wanted this your whole life, that you've needed this, that you were actively manifesting this, but doing some inner child work you then realized, which is why there's a moment that's really going to touch you. It's massive success. After so long, 10 of Pentacles, after so long. Look at how, this is victory, but look how tired this person looks. This person's been on look at the horse. The horse even is battered. But this is them being recognized. Wow, you came that long way. Wow, you brought all that. Wow, you made that journey. Some of you waited your whole life just to make it here. You've been waiting for this moment for all your life. Your life could have been a certain phase. The life, like we live several lives. Think of like a cat. This lifetime, you've waited the whole time to get to this victory. You've wanted, When you reach the beginning of this phase of your life, you've envisioned this victory for yourself. You said, I have to make it out of this. And yes, you might have doubted it at some points, but you knew there was an out to this shit. That you would supersede this, that you would triumph, that you'd make it, that it would work. Your pure intentions would turn out, that the light would win. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. It's very exciting. For some of you, it is a pregnancy. And you weren't waiting for it. You could have been waiting for your whole adult life. Like some of you like really always wanted to have a child. So this conception is deeper. It's in a sense of deeper in the sense of what it hits for you when you find out, because of your connection with God. And it's a reflection of this manifestation. If God promised you that you would have a child, then you would. For some of you, God's asking you if you want children. But there are children here. Marriage, children, 10 of Pentacles. And if it's not, this is surrounding a lot of fucking money. Which we were getting to with the whole fucking, some of you guys were buying cars and houses, and I was like, we were getting, hey, big spender. Well, that would make sense. But what if you got all this money not by selling your soul or abandoning your moral compass, integrity, your values? You know, what if it wasn't that? What if you got it just by being authentic, being pure-hearted, having good intentions, letting the divine lead you? People swear you can't make money from that. They'll even shame you for it. Oh, you shouldn't, you do it for money. You do it for what? I am spiritual for a living. To the core of me. I'm so spiritual, I get to make a living off of it. That's how I look at that. And the work I do is a reflection of the work I do inside. The work I do externally is a reflection of the work I do within. So however I'm able to support people is because I do what I do within. But they really tried to, even if you guys don't take spiritual practice, they swore your art couldn't bring you money. They swore your passion, your love, your desire for whatever it is couldn't bring you money. You couldn't live off of it. You couldn't be successful doing that. You know? You've been waiting for this moment all your life. Fuck, people have been waiting for this moment in your life for all their life, and they don't even know it. You're going to manifest things that people didn't realize they wanted their whole life too. You guys won. You guys, it's like, and when I say win, it's like, remember when I told you the path that we took was really like rugged, but we took it anyways? Because we were intuitively drawn by our ancestors to do that. And we did. Now the road is getting flatter and the sun's coming out. And we're going, oh, this is why we picked this path. I mean, I always knew I picked this path for a reason, but holy shit, this is why I picked it for real. It went from being all rocky and gravelly to look. You know, you went from this. This is what your path looked like. These are your ancestors praying for you, grateful that you took this path, regardless of what it looked like, how lonely, dark as in lonely. Facing all the darkness and the karma that people gaslight and pretend and hide and pretend isn't there. You went through the truth. That's where your path led to. The only reason why your path was dark at first was because you weren't lying to yourself. You chose the path of honesty and truth, and God showed you what it did off of hop. And that path was a reflection of the reality that everybody around you was trying to say that's not true, because everybody was trying to gaslight you into believing the weird ass shit, the evil ass shit was the sun. The superficial ass, material ass shit was the sun. It wasn't the fucking sun. All I know is the path I took and the people I read for, we took this path. It looked like this from jump, and this is where it's starting to turn to now. For the other people on the other side of the lake, it looked like this, but it was an illusion. If they were being honest with themselves, they wouldn't see it that way. They would see it like this. That's why the paths led to different places, but they were mirroring each other. It was a reflection. That made sense. Hard to explain that one, but I get that clearly in my mind. Anyway, look at that beautiful gift God's putting in your lap. Look at how your offerings come back to you, because you offer with love and appreciation for the ecosystem, not with a expectation to have anything given back in return. Your offering should be a reflection of gratitude. So that's why I do it at the end of the year, because I'm not doing it to ask for anything. And yeah, I do. Of course, I want future success and prosperity and all these things, but that offering is laid because of everything I got already. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm acknowledging all that abundance in that offering is all the abundance I feel like they brought in. It was robust. It was colorful. It was lush. It packed every crevice in me. That's how I felt. So much abundance. And next year, I'm putting fucking cantaloupes in that bitch. We're going to stack that sucker up. And that's just going to be a reflection of all the more abundance I brought into this year, Angel Gang Gang. Because you too, all right? Your gratitude is propelling you into just bringing more abundance in for yourself in the year to come. This is a year. This is a big year, collective. Remember, our new year's starting just now. This is the divine talking to us about our new year. That's starting in Aries season. I'm going to wrap this up. I hope that if you guys want to just timestamp the phone call so that people can, or maybe I'll just go and I'll edit it, yeah. It takes a little longer, but I'll just edit it out. But yeah, I love you guys. Until the next time I see you, beautiful people, keep letting your inner angels live.